Joe Redner has a heart the size of Texas. Anytime that any organization needs anything done, Joe is there giving to that charity.
I mean, he's more straight arrow than most people would ever think. You know, most politicians are. When it comes to his integrity, I really, as far as what I know of him, I've never seen that many people with that kind of integrity as Joe Redner.
The one thing I like about Joe is that if Joe is your friend, Joe is your friend. When everybody else bails out of that boat, okay, that's the guy that's going to be there with a bucket, still bailing water. He'll be there with you. I'd do anything for him, anything in the world for him, because I know that he's a terrific, terrific human being. The people that know Joe love Joe. People that have worked for Joe love Joe. It's only people that don't know Joe that can't stand Joe.
So Joe Redner, I've heard that Joe Redner does a lot of good works. I mean, not everyone is all evil, you know? Not everybody's all good either, okay? So, I mean, I've talked to people at USF. I was talking about this after Joe Redner did all this stuff and it was in the news, and this guy comes up and says, you know, Joe Redner really helped out our family, gave us $100,000 so that our house wouldn't be foreclosed. He was friends with our father. So, you know, I think he's a really decent guy. Like, well, that's a great work. Yeah, but he's not going to get to heaven because he gave you $100,000. When he goes before God, that $100,000 is going to be nothing. You know, it's like, where did you put Jesus in your life? Was he your Lord or was he not?
First of all, I want to applaud Mr. Redner. I worked for him for several years as a Mons Venus. I had a drug problem at the time. Him and his staff did everything that they could to get me into treatment.
And you heard Rhonda Storm's a weasel. She's a weasel, man. Weaseling out of there.
The Hillsborough County Commission is sticking to its decision not to promote gay pride. Today, commissioners listened to gay rights activists for the first time since a controversial plan to ban county participation in gay pride events.
A policy pushed by Commissioner Rhonda Storms just last month.
Nude club owner and businessman Joe Redner had a big surprise for the Bay Area this morning.
Yeah, he declared that he's gay.
I'm gay.
The question is he serious here?
Joe Redner filed a federal lawsuit in October claiming Hillsborough County's ban on public support of gay pride events and activities violated his rights. When county attorneys questioned how the policy affected the longtime adult business owner, he refiled the lawsuit last week with a new revelation. Redner now says he's gay.
When I see someone being oppressed, if I can do something about it, I do something about it.
Let me tell you this, okay? I'm gay, I'm black, I'm an Indian, I'm a Jew, I'm everyone and anyone that's ever been oppressed for any reason other than their bad character.
Well, yeah, I got saved about a little over 5 years ago. And it happened because I realized the Bible was true. And I found out the Bible was true by understanding some of the prophecies told in the Bible. I started working on, you know, learning the Bible, learning about what to do, how to serve God and so forth. And then after about 3 years, I found this ministry, the street preaching ministry. The very first time we ever went to the Mons Venus, I didn't have a camera. Okay, we just went there. We'd never done it before, but we're figuring let's, you know, hit this place and we're going to hit other places too. Joe Redner came out with his bullhorn. He was like totally out of control, you know, and he kept putting it to my ear. I kept knocking his hand down, and then he tried to sucker punch me. All right, but I saw it coming, so I blocked it.
You keep on singing, it's gonna be hell fire, hell fire, awaits you sinners. Bible, Bible, Bible.
When he makes the noise so loud, there's a Supreme Court case on this, and it's a bullhorn case where they were going through neighborhoods making talking, and they said that was freedom of speech. You can't disturb someone's peace and order, and when they get so loud that you can't stand on your own property in front of them. Anyway, they'd been coming there for 6 months, and the first time, of course, we got into a little altercation. They were real loud, and we got into it. And I kind of told them, you know, if you keep it down, I don't care if you come. If you can convert some people, that's fine with me. But you got to keep it to a civil level, the sound. You can't drive my customers away by overloading them with sound. And you can't, you know. So then that we went on for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months with, they sent people and they'd come and they'd sit out there and they would preach and everything was fine.
And then I bought a bigger bullhorn. It was called the Thunder Power 1000. And it's a big bullhorn.
And I just went out there and told them it was too loud. They didn't want to lower it down. They were calling people names, whores, masturbators, well, you know, just all kinds of names.
I think you're a masturbator.
And so I went and got a horn and I directed it towards them. Now, they were blasting us with sound. I went and blasted them with sound. They didn't like that.
All of a sudden he comes up to me, and I'm not even preaching. I'm just sitting there holding the thing. I see him coming out, so I get the video camera, hold it up, and next thing you know, he starts putting it to my ear and everything. I'm trying to keep it away, and he starts chasing the other guy around. And
so when I was walking around with a horn, there was a guy who kept getting in front of me, and I would walk, and he would step in front of me. I mean, kind of in a basketball game, it would be a moving foul.
Look at that. We got witnesses. And we got on video too, man.
So I guess the air horn I was holding hit him in the side of the head, and he said I hit him.
I mean, he's full of hypocrisy. All you got to do is talk to the guy, you know, and you'll see he's full of hypocrisy. He's either a sodomite or he's not. He said he was, then he said he wasn't. You know, so he's either a sodomite or he's a liar. Which one? You know, he's either for free speech or he's not. But if you look at his actions, he's tried to shut me down a number of times. You know, he's even called the police on me, all right, to try and get me out of there. And I'm right on a public sidewalk. I'd be like, hey, look at this. This guy that has voice of freedom is trying to censor me. But you know what's pretty neat? Because people say, man, why are you coming out here? No one wants to hear you. You're not doing anything. There's no profit you coming out here. These people just doing their thing. And these guys come out and they're kind of being aggressive. The guys that are going in there, and I start talking to them and everything. And I said, what is this guy? And the guy falls under conviction. He was there for a bachelor party or whatever. And he actually repented, asked me to pray for him. He went and sat in his car. He knew it was wrong. So I was like, wow, look at that. The Lord showed us some fruit, man. Someone actually got convicted, you know, and turned away from that. So now when people say, oh, yeah, there's no fruit, you don't reach anybody. Well, someone got reached. You know, it's not by the way I articulate the message. It's not by my ability. It's the Word of God that doesn't come back void. It's the Word of God that goes into ears, pierces the heart, you know, and grows to a saving faith.
A debate on the Florida community TV show gets heated. First came the insults, then came the chair.
It's not right.
You're wicked. I know I'm not wicked.
Okay. I got to tell you, I have known Joe Redner for 25 years. I have never seen him as depressed and hurt as he was tonight.
Solly.
Are you going to apologize to me?
Fuck no.
You open that big mouth of yours and start yelling and screaming and swearing at me.
I said, you're such a fucking liar.
Well, then, what did you just say?
I'm speaking.
What did you just say?
I said.
What did you just say?
You're wicked.
I know I'm not wicked.
Okay, then. I have professors sitting here beside me and a doctor, too.
Professor of what? Dung? This I know, 'cause the Bible tells me so.
But
people like my kind are causing people harm.
Another thing, Joe, is you were talking about not being able to teach sex in schools and stuff like that. I don't want a teacher teaching my son sex.
And he lies. He's a fucking liar. I see.
I believe it's...
Unless you have something constructive to say, I'm going to cut you off.